Oh, all right. So I'm just going to give a quick preamble on this. So we're just live again, and we're just going to be continuing with the RN articles app that we started, and just going through a few more revision tips. So I'm going to share, and so if we look back at the code. Do you guys need me to share the computer sound so you can hear it, or is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay. The computer science are even there.
Is it okay without it, or do you want me to share it?
Yeah, it will be better if we hear something and this.
All right, so let me just do that.
Media controls. Administrator. Rate 6, rate
Let us
55,
slow
rate
it
50.
down.
Rate 4, rate 40.
All right, so if we look back at
N-T-H-S-C user app JS. Restore. App.
app.js,
Import new text.
we can see, I'm just going to go over this whole code again.
Import React from React.
We saw we're importing React from React.
Import new text. Button. Style
We're
sheet.
importing
Text.
some stuff from React Native, so view, text, button, style sheet, and text input.
Import const.
And we're importing constants from Expo. And if you remember, constants is just so that we can get at the status bar height, so we can shift the content down just basically as much as the status bar height, so that it doesn't hide the status bar at the top. So, they can see the time and stuff.
Land. Export default class.
And we can see we're exporting this class, the app class, that's our main component.
State.
And we have a state
Username.
with username,
Password.
password, disabled,
Show log.
and show login. So disabled and show login are actually flags.
This show login colon true. Render.
And let's look at our render function.
If this state.
So we can see we're having this if statement
Rend if this state show login true.
that says if this dot state dot show login is true,
Return.
we're returning a view
Text.
with a text. And you can see there's some styles attached to this as well.
View styles fill. Text input placeholder. Enter your username on change text is
And
update.
we've got
Text
two text inputs for input and password.
Button title login.
And we've got a button to login.
View. Else.
And we've got an else statement.
Return. View. Text styles header welcome text.
And we've got a text with welcome.
Text you are logged in as this state username.
And it just shows you're logged in as whatever.
Button title log out access.
And you can log out.
View. Blank. Update username.
And if you look at these functions that are used, we've got update username, which
Blank. Update this set state.
it sets the state to
Username colon text.
username. It takes text as the value, so this is just for our username input, and it basically sets the state to whatever the user enters.
Disabled colon false.
And it sets disabled to false, so that button, the login button, is no longer disabled once the user types something.
Blank. Update password.
And the password
This password colon text. Disabled colon false.
is also set. The disabled flag is set to false.
Blank.
It sets the disabled flag to false and the state to the text.
Login. If this
And if you look at the login function, we say
log if this state username length 1 this state password length 1.
we basically check the length,
This set state show log.
and it sets the show login flag.
If this set state show login colon false.
It sets it to false. We basically check if the length of these two fields is greater than 1.
Logout. This set state.
And the logout function,
Line left brace left parent. Show login. This state show login.
it sets the show login flag to basically the opposite of whatever this dot state dot show login is.
Disabled. This state disabled.
And it sets disabled to the opposite of whatever this dot state dot disabled is.
Blank const styles.
And then we have some styles. But we've done some.
Important
We've
five.
actually done quite a bit of work with. I'm going to clear
1448 character selected.
this whole file
Blank selection.
because we're going to get back to it now. So we have learned about React navigation, right? So can one of you just tell me what exactly is React navigation? And what is the library?
Navigating from one screen to other.
Yeah, so it basically enables navigation, right? It enables a more fluid navigation. Right now, we are getting navigation, but let me just inform you. You remember we talked about component life cycles in lecture 5? And we talked about that each component actually has a life cycle and gets mounted, right? And it gets mounted, then it keeps updating, and then it gets unmounted, right? So every time we use this state navigation, the way we navigated using state, what's actually happening is the component is actually getting unmounted every time. All right. So if we click on login, that component's getting unmounted. Basically, the data stored in that component is going, and it's a big performance hit, right? So React navigation enables some stuff, and it also enables some more fluidity to navigation. So we looked at stack navigation, we looked at tab navigation, things like that, right? So let's actually modify our app to actually use stack navigation.
IMPO
So
OR RT
I'm
space
gonna say import
EACT
React
space
from
OM space TACT
React,
IMPRT space
and we're gonna
left brace
import
space VIE.com space
view.
space IV
Actually, no, I'm
space
just gonna import
left brace space EROPMI
nothing from React Native. I'm just gonna import
IMPORT space
um
left brace space CREATE
whoops, not
ETAERC
navigation container
NAVIGATIONCIIONTAINER right space FROM space
from
to add
at
REACT
React
dash
navigation
NAVIA ATATION slash
slash
NATIV to
native,
IMPORT
and
space left brace space
I'm gonna import create
CREATE
stack
NAVIGATOR space right
navigator
space FROM space to
from
add REACT dash
React navigation
NAVIGATION slash
slash
EACA
stack. All right. So, and you know what? I'm actually going to
line feed
import a
import blank
few components that we're going to define in just a second. I'm going to
IMPORT
import
space left space LOG
login
IN space right brace space FROM
from
space tick
dot
dot
slash
slash
screen
SCREENS slash
slash
LOGIN
login.
tick
Could someone tell me what this dot slash screen slash login is, and why am I not just saying import login from login? Why do I have to write this?
To get the path for it.
Good job. And now could you tell me if this is an absolute or relative path?
Relative path.
Okay, why? Why is this? What does relative path mean?
Relative path means from the current path we are trying to get the required path.
Yeah, so it's basically based on the current file, right? It's relative to wherever this file is positioned, right? So, all right.
import login from screens
So
login blank
let's also
IMPR numlogon numlar ORT space
import
left brace space HOME space
home
right brace space FROM space tick
from
dot slash SCREES slash
screen slash
AOME tick
home.
import blank
All right. Let's just say
OS space SEACA
constack
equals
equals create. Whoop,
ETAERCCEEST
stack.
start with kitchen syn
Oh,
app press
whoops.
taskbar
Oh,
app
my
app JT
focus
S
just
E
jumped.
E S T A C A N A
Create
V I G
stack
S E O R left right
navigator.
there
And then you remember that we have to export this stack navigator in the root of our thing, that is app.js.
E
So
E O R T space E
export
F U L T
default
space F U S E I O N space
function
A P P
app.
left right there space left brace R E
And
T R S
I'm
space
just keeping this
left there
as a stateless functional component because we don't have any other function in this. Sounds weird, but yeah. I'm going to return
less N
a
A V I G A T I O N
navigation
C T T
container,
O N A I N E R great
and
less
I'm going to say
S E A C A
stack
dot
dot
N A I G A T O R great
navigator.
less
And
S
I'm
E A
going to
C
say
A dot S C R E E
stack.screen.
N space
Basically, the way this works is we have a navigator, and then each navigator takes a bunch of screens, right? And these are just, you can define them as components. And basically, the way this works is it just navigates based on the screen. So what I'm going to say is stack.navigator,
stack screen blank space blank
stack.screen. I'm going to call
E
this,
equals quote
the name is going to be
L O G I
login,
N quote space
and the
C O M P O N E N T
is
equals
going to
left
be
brace L O G I
login.
N right brace space left brace less
And then I'm
S
going
E
to
A
say
C A dot S C R E E N
stack.screen.
space A N E
Name
equals
is again
quote
going to be
A O M E
home,
quote space C O M
and
P O
the
N E N T
component
equals
is
left
going to
brace
be
A O M E
home.
right brace space left brace less slash
Then let's just
S E A C
close
A
the
dot N A I G A T O R great
stack.navigator,
less slash
and the
N A V I
navigation
G A T O O I O N C O N T A
container.
I N E R great right
Then
parent
close that.
line right parent right
Oops,
parent
close,
app
close. Oh
app
God.
JS blank navigation
It's kind
blank
of fluctuating
right
because
brace
of my trackpad. All right, so we said dot slash, so we need to now define these components, right? And the way we do that is using JavaScript files. But before we go ahead, does anyone have any, do you two have any questions, or anyone live have any questions on the way this whole navigation works? No? All right. So we said these components are defined in dot slash screens, right? And this is a convention where you have a folder with all your screens. So I've already made this. So I'm just gonna
users have
go
one
there.
login.js.
And I already have a login.js
login dot j
file.
l n o t a d
I'm gonna
notepad
open
legend
it.
js apostrophe is not recognized as an
Whoops,
internal
oh,
c u n
error.
o t e p a d l space c login.js import view text input button from React
And you
Native.
can see there's already some text in here. I actually
Blank.
typed some stuff out.
Export function render login. Return view text logged in text view blank export default class state username. Import
So I'm gonna remove
blank selection
all
room
this text,
import space
and I'm gonna import
space
React
space
from React.
import space
And can
space.
someone tell me what are the things that we need from React Native?
Admin meeting and login.js notepad. Administrator meeting.
So
Mute currently login.js notepad import blank space left brace space blank cost space
we need view.
cost space blank.
We need a text, right? We also need a button,
space
a style sheet, text input, and that's about it, right?
right space space
From React Native. What else do we need for styling our app? Something about constants?
blank.
Could someone remind me?
Meeting controls row 1 column 2 meeting. Mute. Login
So we need constants, right? From
space space
expo
dash
constants. And would this be a React dot component or a stateless functional component? Could someone tell me if this is which one of these? So, yeah.
I think stateless component.
No, actually, this is going to be Muskan. Do you want to try?
Then it must be the second option, right?
Good
The
job. It
style.
is a React dot component, but why would it be a React dot component? What does a React dot component have that we need? I'll give you a hint. It is used to track data. So a React dot component is written
space
by
space CSSLOGIN
export
space
default class login extend
space dot
component
space
React
left
dot component. And how do we store the user's info, the stuff that they use to log in? How do we check that? Where do we put those? So let me give you a hint. Stateless functional components just take props and return some UI. And props are just arguments. React dot components are a little more, they're well, more complex. So what is the thing that React dot components have that stateless components do not have? So React dot components have this thing called state, right?
space left brace state blank
And it's just an
blank
object. So here we would need a username, which would be
quote comma
empty string, a
password
password,
quote
empty
comma
string, and a disabled, because if you remember, this is used to just track that the button is disabled.
RUE.
And I'm going to set that to true for now.
Right brace.
Close the state, and I'm just going to
RENDR. Left right pair space. Left
render. So I'm going to return
RETURN space. Left parent. Less. Double.
view.
Great.
We're not going to style this for now, but
Less.
we'll do it in a second.
TEXT.
Text that says
LOI.
login
IN space O space.
to
RN. ARTICLES.
RNarticles,
Less. TEXT. Great.
and
Less.
let's have a text
TEXTINPU space.
that will have a
PACAOLLDL. O. H.
placeholder
equals
of
quote. ENTR space O R space UR. RESU space NME quote
username.
space.
And what do we specify to basically tell the input what to do when someone types in it? What is that prop called?
Audio now unmuted.
Text.
Sorry?
Text.
You're very close. Something related to text. What is it exactly? I'll give you another hint. It's used to check, or basically you specify what happens when the user types something, so the text of the input field changes. Muskan, do you want to try? So it's
Space quote space blank.
on
ONCAST
text
EXT equals left brace.
equals, and you specify a function. So
TAS
this
dot
dot
UPDAE
update
USER
username,
AME right brace space slash greater
and let's
less
give another one for
TXTINPUT space
password. So place
TACOLDER equal quote ENTR space YOR quote space.
now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the docs, because
New
there
tab
is
Google Chrome D
something that will
Google
let us
com selected
specify
selection Google Doc
if this is a password field, right? Because you don't want people seeing what password you're typing, right? In a normal input field. Usually it's actually just stars or bullets that come up when you actually type. So you want that security. So if I go back to
TXTINPUT space XOOXFEO space OCS
the text input doc,
text search main web text in
and
link docs blank text info expo as reference no next heading no next is focused link heading level clear link heading blur link heading focus link methods link value link underline call text breaks style link head password rule text content type password rules link heading level 3 when using text content type as new password on iOS we can let the OS know the minimum requirements of password text content type link heading text align link heading level spell check link heading level show soft input on select text on show spell text content type link give the keyboard and the system information about the expected semantic meaning for the content that users enter. For iOS 11 you can set text content type to username or password to enable autofill from the device keychain. For iOS 12 new password can be used to indicate a new password input the user may want to save in. The keychain and one-time code can be used to indicate that a field can be autofilled by a code arriving in an SMS. The keychain and one-time code can be used to indicate that a field can be autofilled by a code arriving in an SM to disable autofill. Set text content type to none. Possible values for text content type are list with 28 items
so
none.
you can see the values of the text content type. So
URL
we've got now URL,
Address city.
address/city,
address city and state
address city and state,
address state
address and state,
Country name. Credit card
number,
email
address, family name,
full street
address, given name,
job title,
location,
location,
middle name,
name prefix,
name
suffix,
suffix,
nickname,
nickname,
organization
name,
postal code,
street address line
street
1,
address line
street address line 2,
sublocality,
telephone number, username, password,
new
new
password,
password,
one-time out of list table with 2 rows and 3 columns.
But this
Text
is not
context align link spell check link show soft input select
You
text
go-
on folk selection color selection link secure text scroll enable rejector scroll secure text entry link
That's the
heading
one
level
that we need. Secure text entry.
SECUR if true the text input obscures the text entered so that sensitive text like passwords stay secure. The default value is false. Does not work with multi-line true. Table with 2 rows and 2 columns row 1 type column 1.
So this is what we need. and
Login
we
J
can
text input placeholder enter your blank space quote spit blank
say
SECUR
text. What is it called?
text secure text entry link
Entry.
login blank ENTRY equals
true.
TRUD space
Because we want to set to a password field, and I could say on change text
equals left brace
this
CIS dot UPDAT
password.
TSSWORD right brace space slash dot Z
Oops. Greater than.
less
And we'll have a button
BUTO
that'll
space.
just have a
TIE
title
equal
of
quote LOG
login.
IN quote space
and
ACCSSIDILLYLLABL equal quote LOGIN quote space
And what is this thing that we specified to basically tell React Native what to do when the user taps on the button or the user clicks the button or the user presses the button. What do we specify there? What's the prop that we use? What's the attribute or argument? So we'd use, well, in web we use on click, right? But in React Native it's a little
Space
different.
blank.
You need to use
O
on
N P R E S S
press
equals left
equals,
brace
I'll just
T
say
I
this
S
dot
dot L O G I N
login,
right brace space slash greater
and
less
yep,
slash I V V I double great
close the view,
right
close
there
that.
right
All
great.
right, we're not done yet, but does anyone have any questions on this? Do you have any questions, or anyone who's watching live on what we've done so far? All right, so let's specify those functions. So I'll
U
say
E A T
update
U S E R
username
A E equals E
name
equals left
equals,
bracket
whoops,
left brace
I'll specify
task start window search window login JS blank left brace blank
uh,
left brace left parent E
text
X
is the
T right
argument,
parent equals greater left
and I'll
brace T
set
I S
this dot
dot S E
set
T S T A
state.
T
Oh no, I
E T
didn't
A
want to
T
put
S T E S dot S I A T left brace T I
this
S
dot
dot S E
set
T S T A
state
T left parent left brace U R A
username.
E
Oh, yeah,
E
I'm
M
going
A N R
to
E S U
go down
R A N
username,
E colon
and I'm gonna specify this to text.
T X T comma D S D L E T
Disabled is
colon F A L L E
false.
line V backslash back E right brace right parent
And yep, and let's do the same thing for the password. I'm gonna say
U E T
update
T T S S W R
password
D E
equals
left parent E X T
text,
right parent equals greater
and the arrow syntax. So
T
this
I S
dot
dot S E
set
T S T A T E
state
left parent left brace A S S W R D
password
colon
colon
T X E
text,
comma
and
S
disable.
S D D I S A B L E
We'll
D
get
colon F A L L E
false.
right brace right parent
Now let's specify
L O G
login.
I
So
N
login
equal left
equals.
right parent equals greater left
I'll
brace
say
I
if
left parent T A
this
S
dot
dot S E A T
state
E
dot
dot T A R A
username
N E
dot
dot L E N
length
G T H
is
space
greater than.
greater space
You can specify any value to basically have a minimum character limit. I'm gonna say my username has to be at least 1 character long,
one space
actually greater than or
equals
equal to
space
one,
space
and
space
this
T I S
dot
S T A
state
T
dot
dot U K S S W
password
R D
dot
dot
length
L E N G T H
is,
space
we're gonna
greater
say
equals space
greater than
8
or equal to 8 for security reasons.
right pair space left brace
And I'm just gonna say
T I
this
S
dot
dot T R O P
props
S dot
dot
A V I G A T O
navigation
N
dot
dot A V I G A
navigate
T E left parent quote H O
home.
M E quote
And you can
comma
now specify something that's new, and I'm going to tell you about
text
that. If
key
we go
Google.com
back to the
selected selection remove
documentation
Google
for
S E A T H
Stack
A V I G A T O R
Navigator
space
in
R E A C
React,
T space A T I V V I T V I G A T O N
React Navigation.
Stack insert main click or create Stack Navigator React Navigation heading level 3 visited
Oh, no,
link
that's not the one.
address
Sorry, my
Stack
bad.
Navigator React Google Doc
So if I look for
T R A M S space R E C T space A T
params
T V I G A T I O N
React Navigation.
Params search main click or passing parameters to roots React Navigation heading level 3 link
Okay, so if we look at this, so basically sometimes you may need some
passing parameters
extra
to roots React
values in when you navigate from one screen to another, like login. So you may need that extra detail. So you can pass what's called params. Normally, without React Navigation, how would you do this? Would someone tell me how would I pass data or information from one component to the other? Or how would I give some extra information to a component, some extra arguments to a component? What's the word? What's the thing that I would use there? We'd use props, right? We would just specify props and give it there. Or we could, use the state. But in React Navigation, you really cannot give props because you're defining all the screen names.
visited
Oh, didn't want to do that. All right, go back.
Clickable navigation lamp main updating params heading level.
So if you look
Passing
here,
parameters to roots heading level 1.
you can pass parameters or params to roots.
Remember when I said more on that later when we talk about params? Well, the time has come. Now that we know how to. Visited link create a stack navigator with some roots and visited link navigate between those roots. Let's look at how we can pass data to roots when we navigate to them. There are two pieces to this. List with two items. 1.
So you
Pass params to a root by putting them in an object as a second parameter to the navigation navigate.
you can do that. You can pass them by putting them in objects.
Function navigation navigate root name params go
And
here.
I could just say
Space function navigate root name tick ROUTEAME tick off left space left space ARAM 2. Read the params in your screen component root params.
I could just say root.params.
Param in your screen component root params space ROUTE.EARAMS dot out of list block link state persist link deep linking. Updating passing params to a previous screen heading level 2. Updating params graphics link.
So if you look at the code here,
Item in navigate on press title button text view return const
you
item
can
2.
see
Get the param const item mid other param root param 2 function blank view other item in navigate 1 on press title button text view style
look
flex
here.
text hub button title go on press 1 navigation 1 navigate to the details root with navigation navigate details item mid 86
and you can see they're passing some parameters here.
space item space ITEMID colon space 86 comma other param anything you want here view
And if you look
blank punch 2
down,
const return views text button title on press navigation push details
you can push details.
item mid math floor math random 100 button title go to home on press navigation navigate home button title go back on press navigation go back view link
And
graphic screen with path heading level 2 updating params
you could get parameters. So
file sub menu alt F login if this drops navigation navigate home
I could
blank
pass
comma,
a
blank.
parameter here by just
Space.
saying
space left brace left line fee comma space left brace
username
AME
will
colon
be
AIS dot SAT dot
this dot state dot
UR,
username. That's all I want, right?
right brace
And close.
right parent
Close
right brace.
that and close
Right brace.
that. And one
Right brace.
more. All right, so we're done with
administrator command
the home our
and
login.
space AOME dot JS
I'm gonna open up
SJ dot
home.js.
JS notepad home JS first at home
And does anyone have any doubts? Do you guys have any doubts on how we wrote that login code? And how we passed the parameters? All right. So we're gonna write the home thing, and we will end for this stream. But let's write it. So
IMPORT.
would someone like to tell me what do we need to import into this file? What we basically need to we just need to show you were logged in as so on and so forth.
not charging battery 99% charging battery 99%
where do we wrote login username password is valid or not? Do we wrote that?
Yeah, we have not written that logic yet because we're going to write that in the next stream. That's gonna probably I'm gonna be doing that off lecture because that's going to show interacting with the API that I've set up. That's a very good question to validation, but basically, you know what we could do?
notepad don't administrator command
Let's actually do that.
NOEK
So let's
space
go back to
LOGIN.js
login.js.
login JS
And let's say there's a user, there's only one username that can log in. That's called username, and their password is just password. Okay, because we don't have much data here.
user this drops navigation navigate home if this state login if this state username length 1 this state password length
If I go
this drops
here,
T
just
blank.
before this start drops on navigate, I'm going to specify another condition that
space
just says
left parent
if
TIS
dot state dot
TRAE
equals
My audio.
quote
username or actually
quote equals
username
E
dot
dot
two
O L O
lower
R R E S O L
whoops,
L W E W L O R
two
C A E.
lowercase.
right parent right left right
So
parent
basically convert the username to
equals
lowercase, and
quote
I'm going to check if
U
it's
R A E
username
quote
and
and T A S S A E dot P S S W R D dot T O
two
L O W R C A S E
lowercase
left right parent equals
equals just
quote P A S S W R D
password.
quote right parent space left brace this user
And I'm going to
parent
add
blank
another
Right
curly
brace.
brace. So this will only work if you enter
administrator
those
command
things.
prompt meeting control meeting control admin N O E D space A O M E dot
Alright.
JS home JS no
So
blank
that
blank
basically we've got a basic validation in place. All right. So now could one of you tell me how do basically what do I need to import into my home.js file? I again need to just display that the user is logged in.
View component.
Good job. So we of course need to import React from
IMPORT space
React,
TACT
and we need to import
IMPORT space left space space.
view. What else? Anything else that we need to view, import to show this information to the user? I'll give you a hint. Any text in the application is wrapped by a certain tag. We also need to import the
TXT
text tag,
space
right,
right brace space
to show
FROM space
the user
TACT dash
the
AIV
information. And let's just say
TFEORT space
this is
DFAULT
a
space
function
FUNCTION space
called
AOME
home,
left parent left brace
and we'll
space
just have a
AITATION space right brace
navigation
right parent space left brace
variable.
ETRN
Let's
space left parent
return
less
a
IV space less V double
view,
less
and let's just say
less
well,
less
a text
TXT
that just
greater
says
double
welcome,
less TXT greater
and
less
another text that
TXT greater
says you are
space
logged
LOGD space IN space S space
as.
left brace left brace selected
Now you can,
blank left brace blank
since we passed in an object, I can just use that object by saying navigation
AIGATION
dot
dot ARAMS
params
dot
dot
UTRAE
username,
right brace less TXT greater
and just close
right
it.
parent
Oh,
line
I
feed
need
right parent
to
less VI double
close the view.
right brace
All right. So let's
administrator
go back.
dot C user savla 1 EO START
Start the expose server up.
plus symbol
Oh, there's a new
blank
version
starting
of
project
Expo. I
blank
need to update that later on. I'll do that. Um,
press D to open blank
so it's
press D
starting
to open
up.
blank press D to blank press Expo Dev Tools blank press D to open blank 99% AD folder show at system clock 613 admin blank press D to open blank
So we're still starting the server up.
meeting controls row 1 column 2 mute
Till then, I'm actually gonna see if anyone has any doubts online. So it's starting the Metro bundle. All right, chat's pretty quiet. Well, okay, 1 second. This just glitched. Oh, NVDA just crashed. 1 second. So, does anyone have any questions on how we got that set up on the home file?
Actually, other than this edit and buttons, some people will use fancy buttons like icons. Where do we
Yeah.
get?
All right, so that's a very valid question. So the button tag that we use is a very basic button. What you can also use is this thing called touchable opacity. Now, touchable opacity is, think of it as a touchable component. Okay, it's a much more refined button, so you can give it an on press attribute, but you can also basically nest tags in it. So I could put like image tags in it, text tags in it, uh, deep linking, which I'm going to talk about later. I could put, well, so many things. The way touchable opacity works is I could actually even give it a list, and all the things in that list are going to become touchable components, which you're going to see next lecture. So that is how you can make. There's touchable opacity. There's also touchable native feedback. No, touchable native. Sorry, touchable without feedback and touchable highlight. And then there's also touchable native feedback, which is something for Android only. That's how you can make like more sophisticated touchable components. So I'm just waiting. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start
To mute current
the screen sharing again.
blank.
And
RNarticles administrator meeting RNarticles Google Chrome
all
row
right, so
RNarticles frame C. You failed to
oh,
compile.
we got an
C user
error.
syntax either an expression or a syntax error. C user Savla OneDrive desktop RN50 RNarticles screens login JS. JSX value should be either an expression or a quoted JSX text. 1761 blank 15 text law 16 text input placeholder enter 17 text input placeholder enter
Oh, there's something
C
wrong in the
administrator
line
space
there.
O
I'm
E
just
D
going
R I E
back.
slash D E S T O P
The thing with
slash
this is you have to.
ROTC test slash S E C E J O R E R N 0 slash
I need to go to RNarticles
RNarticles
and
slash SEREENSC
screens.
user SAV NOTH space ARTICE dot test.
So it's
Notepad
getting.
dialog cannot find the articles J no button title note
Oh, wrong
administrator
file.
command prompt NOTED space LOIN dot test C login go to line dialog line 7 login J text input list TEXTINPUT space LACEAOLDER equal ENTER your password unchain this update password unchanged text secure text entry true ECURETENTRYETR T
So this is
left brace
set to
RUE
true,
space
which I'm going
right
to
brace
just put in
administrator
braces.
RNarticles Google RNarticles failed to see blank 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 frame error can happen if you error couldn't
Oh,
find the component get component or children prop for the screen login
there
this
is
can happen
something.
if you passed
Okay.
undefined you defined in or mixed up default import and named import when importing anonymous function
Oh,
login
okay.
JS
There
login
is
J
something
import
wrong
import
in
import blank export default class
app.js.
login extend E default class login LOGIN administrator command administrates D dot C
So
user
let's go
OTT
back
space
to
APE dot test C app JS
app.js.
import login from I left brace left LOGIN right from screen line feed tick NIGOL slash L import home from screen home
So just gonna go through
blank
this
const blank export return navig
again.
stack navigate stack screen name home component home stack screen name login component login import create import log import home from screens home I left home space H right from screens home line feed stack navigator
Oh, there's
stack screen name home
something.
stack left name component name log A component space COMPONENT equals left LOGIN right brace space slash greater
So there's something wrong in the import.
administrator command prompt row 1 call login JS notepad
What's the
RNarticles defined in or mixed
error?
up default import and named import when importing anonymous function clickable C user Savla OneDrive desktop clickable 166 100 dollar name from the 172 button view get root conflicts clickable C user clickable 100 button views navigate clickable C user clickable
So just going to the error
button stack
log.
clickable 28 children 29 3 30 30 32 const default option 30 30 button register root clickable C user clickable 11 const root 12 app register 13 4 56 button module clickable C use webpack require clickable 7 7 7 7 7 7 button view compiled FN clickable C use clickable 98 current view compiled button clickable 792 clickable 850 click error can happen if you error couldn't find the component get component or children prop for the screen login this
All right, there's something wrong with that.
can happen if
Oh,
you pass
okay. All
app.js
right, of
notepad app stack
course.
navigator import create stack import log I left brace
So
login
you
space
cannot pass
left space
braces
login right brace from space right space
um,
import home I left brace home
when you're giving
space left space
default imports.
home right brace from space right brace
And now this should.
RNarticles Google RNarticles clickable log enter your username clickable log into
And you can see
RNarticles
log into
enter your
RNarticles.
username edit
So if I
enter your
provide
username edit blank URNE
username,
enter your password edit protected blank
and I'm gonna give it just
star bullet star login
password.
button
Hopefully.
clickable log into RN enter your username edit username clickable log into RNarticles log into enter your button heading clickable level 1 login heading
And
clickable
it
level 1 button
didn't do
login
it.
clickable log into
Why?
enter your username enter your password edit protected
So
enter your
something's
selected bullet
wrong. So there's something wrong with the code. Oh, okay.
app.js notepad
I
administrator command login
think
JS notepad login blank import
let's
constant blank
remove
export state user pass
the.
this blank render it view text button view update user disable update password disable blank login if this state username length log blank this pass update pass you text his TE disable update password text his set state text his TE XT right equal greater T update pass greater left brace this
So
set password
just
disable
changing a few
blank
things here.
right brace disable false right parent disable password text this set state update disable false user update username text left pair left brace left A
One
T S T E S
second.
dot S I H T greater T left brace H T left brace T file sub menu login Google Chrome row 1 login Google blank login JS
Oh,
notepad
okay.
row login username update username text this set state text this set state greater equals greater left brace T update username left brace this set state username disable update
And I'm
password
gonna
blank
put another
right brace
brace there. Hopefully that should.
login Google blank login clickable login enter your user enter your
Username,
star
password, and shoot.
clickable login to enter your username clickable login to enter your
Still
password
not
edit
working.
Chrome reload
Okay,
button
there's
reload
something wrong with.
login update
I'm
this
gonna
password
go in.
log if this user User this if this state username if this state username length 1 this state password if this state I this state username this state password the lower E S A C R E O O L O T dot E M E dot E O L O W E R C A S E left parent
So
right
I'm going
equals
to remove
right left
the
E S A C R E O L O T dot equal quote U S E R N A M E quote A T A S dot T A T E dot E A S S O R D dot E O L O W E R C A S E
I'm
left
going to
right
remove
parent
the
equals
two
right left E S A
lowercase
C R E O O L O T dot D D
and save.
RNarticles log clickable log into RE login document log into enter your username edit
And you can see that right now,
login button heading clickable level button log enter your password edit protected
the funny thing is,
login button enter your password edit enter your username edit
the components are not
reloading.
reloading.
Enter your password edit
So let's enter this to be
star
password login.
clickable login to R enter your username
And
edit
the funny
username
thing is,
enter your
this
button
button is
login
not working. So let's see
menu submit
in the
inspect
inspect
login
tab.
document button login document elements panel property page clickable toggle tab select an element in the page to console
And
prompt
if you
out of
look,
toggle tab menu buttons close button show button menu buttons one hidden toggle button not press console settings clickable link log JS link react DOM development link HTTP link index blank preview clickable object blank development level warnings on performance op blank
the
console
funny
prompt edit
thing
mode
is, it is not showing
login JS note login props navigation navigate home
my
THIS dot EROPS dot NAVIGATION dot NAVIGATE left quote HOME quote comma space left carriage return username colon this state username USERNAME quote THIS dot STATE dot USERNAME carriage right race right carriage return
it's
right race
erroring.
carriage right race carriage right blank
So let's save.
log in Google Chrome document blank
And
out of edit clickable
what if
blank
we go
aggressive search
back to
press
the
tab console clear alert Google doc
documentation here for
PARAS
params?
space RECTAVIGATION
And if you look,
params react main landmark clickable passing
if you look at passing
visited blank
params,
passing mainland updating pair clickable remember now that we've read the params and out of list link state for link deep link out of block function home screen
if you
navigation
look,
button copy code to click function return
we've got a function.
view style flat text home button title go to button title on press 1 navigate to the details root navigation navigate to details item mid 86
And it passes in
navigate left space comma space item mid 86
parameters.
other param anything you want here space right race right parent view blank function details screen
If you
root
look at
navigation
the details screen,
blank function F details and left race space ROUTE com space 2 get const item 2 get the param const item mid other param root params space const left race item mid other param space O space comma D com space OTHEREARAM space right race space equals space ROUTE dot EARAMS semi space
all right. So, okay, it was my bad. So
login
if we
JS
close
notepad row login
this
JS passing parameters to root app JS
and
notepad app
close
JS
that,
passing parameter administrator D space SEREESC user sat TAD space AOMELL dot JS
open
home import
home,
blank return view return export E default function home E left parent left space
and
N
give it another thing
RUT
called
com
root.
space blank export default function home root navigation return view text you are logged in let R log in add navigation space left
And this will be
NAVIGATION dot NOITAGIVAN
root
RUTPARAMS dot USERNAME right race
dot params and
administrator command home J but passing parameter administrator with
if we
W
open this
attempting to open the
back,
project in RNarticles Google Chrome enter your username edit enter your
this
enter your password
username
star
and password.
login button clickable login to R enter your username enter button heading click
So
heading click
there's still a bug,
administrator Windows
alright?
PowerShell terminal
And we're
stopping
gonna look
packager
at this
closing
bug
webpack server
in the next lecture. See how, because
see
I just realized what it is, and
home
it is
JS
a
notepad
pretty big one.
administrator
Anyway, we are
taskbar
gonna. I'm gonna leave you off
end
today,
meeting or leave meeting window
but we are gonna look at this bug in the next lecture, and also look at lists.
leave
Alright?
meeting
Hope you all have a wonderful new year, and yeah, I'll see you next week.
leave
All right.
leave LEAV
Happy New Year, Pranav.
Happy New Year. Yeah. Bye, everyone.